Over the last 6 years on YouTube, I've been able to slowly grow my channel, and while it's had its ups and downs, it's really crazy to see how the growth strategies have evolved over the years and how growing your channel has changed so much. But there's one thing that I can say has held certain throughout the last 6 years. Getting from 100 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers was the hardest jump I had to make, because when you're aiming to hit 100 subscribers, you can tell your friends and you can tell everyone you know. But getting from 100 subscribers to 1,000 subscribers requires some real growth strategies. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about what I would do if I had 100 subscribers today, because knowing what I do know and knowing how things have changed so much over the last few years, there are a bunch of things that I would do differently. Now in this video, I'm going to be going over 4 key topics, and I'll timestamp everything down below. Now this tag was inspired by a bunch of other YouTubers, and I thought it would be really cool to give my perspective as well, because everyone is talking about, different strategies, and I wanted to share what I thought would be most helpful as well. So with that being said, let's get started. So the first thing I would do is try my best to be put into new places. And when I say new places, I mean places that most YouTubers aren't aiming to be, featured in front of. And this is because when you have a small channel, you're not trying to make videos that are getting millions of views. Of course, it would be nice, but even getting videos that get thousands of views organically from new audiences will help you get to that 1,000 subscriber milestone. And it's similar to how a business works. When you start off and you're making $10 a day, you're not going to be a billion-dollar company in a year. It takes time, and in order to get, thousands of views and get those small wins, you have to be put in front of new places. But thankfully, there's a lot of new places on YouTube you can still be put in front of, including all the ones on the screen. Now for me, a few years ago, the new places I would go to grow my channel would be Reddit, as well as making Android rooting tutorial videos. A few years ago, not many people knew how to post videos on subreddits and organically grow, or there wasn't that many good Android rooting tutorials, and I took advantage of this and made videos on these topics, and while they weren't the most viral topics, they helped me actually grow my channel to 1,000 subscribers. So now what we can do is go through each of these new places and talk about why they're important, as well as certain examples you can use to grow your channel. And the first place is using new features and platforms. So YouTube is constantly changing. It used to be a video hosting service, but now it has a ton of features. And if you're using these new features that YouTube has, you're going to be rewarded by YouTube because you're basically beta testing for them, but you're also going to be put in front of new faces because not everyone is using these features. One really big example of this is when live streaming came out on YouTube. Not a lot of people were using it, and if you were someone who was to live stream consistently, and I think this still holds true, you would be standing out because YouTube pushes live streams to the top of the search, but also not as many people are live streaming. So if people are on YouTube looking for live streams, even though there aren't as many people, there's still going to be way less competition. And so you're going to be able to slowly grow your channel by using this new feature. This also applies to new platforms. Just because you want to be a YouTuber doesn't mean you have to start on YouTube. Look at how many people are coming over from TikTok, and now there's an app called Storyfire, which is also a video platform. It's kind of a mix of YouTube and Twitter, but there's always new ways to create content, and if there's not that many creators on these other platforms, you can always grow there and then funnel your users to YouTube. Next up, we have new topics from the search, and this is a big one that I used, and basically the way I see this is if there's a certain type of video you want to make and a lot of people are making a video on it, then what you want to do instead is look for topics that have a slight twist to them. So not as many people are searching for it, but when they do, your video is going to be at the top, and you're going to be able to, take advantage of that small community of people that are searching for that niche topic. So for me, when I had 100 subscribers and more people started to make Android rooting tutorial videos when I hit around 500, I added a slight twist. Instead of doing how to root your Android phone, I would do how to root your Samsung Galaxy Note. And while not as many people have a Samsung Galaxy Note, there were still a ton of people searching for it, and I still managed to get enough views to grow my channel even though it wasn't a million view video. And if you want to see what topics do really well, I would just make a list of like a core video title and then add any possible twist. In this case, it was the type of phone that changed. It could be the type of software you use or whatever you're teaching. It depends on the kind of video you make. And then I would go on a platform such as TubeBuddy or vidIQ and look at these searches and see how many people are searching for that topic. And in my opinion, if there's more than 10 to 20,000 people searching for this term and you have 100 subscribers and there's not very many people making videos on this topic, it's definitely a video topic you should consider. And the same thing applies to new types of videos. Just because you're a certain type of content creator doesn't mean you can't make other types of content. If I was smaller, I would make even more random videos, even though I already did. Because when you're a small YouTuber, you want to throw the dartboard at many places as possible so you find something that sticks. And because your channel is so small, you have zero risk of compromising your brand, because your goal right now is to just be in front of as many eyes as possible. And so I would try to make a large variety of content. And in a similar vein, finally, I would try to work with as many new people as possible. First of all, it's a lot of fun and you're going to make a lot of cool YouTube friends, but I would also, advise that it's a great strategy to be put in front of new eyes at once. So if there is another tutorial channel, I can make a video with them, and if they also have 100 subscribers, we're doubling the amount of potential people we're reaching based on our subscribers alone. And these are all the ways you can be put into new places and slowly grow your channel because you're taking initiative that other content creators are not. Now, the second topic we're going to be talking about is knowing YouTube. If I had 100 subscribers right now, I would want to know YouTube inside and out because there's so many components and variables that go into running a YouTube channel. And if you can fine tune each one, you're going to save so much time and be able to make more content, but you're also going to be slowly increasing your chances of being seen by viewers because you're using all of YouTube's features. Now, I thought the best way to go over this is to break it down into categories and basically just make a quick checklist, which I will also link down below. But the first thing you need to know is how to have your channel set up. So have your channel made, have a custom URL, have a banner, profile picture, description, and upload defaults. These are so important because they're going to save you a ton of time. You also want to make sure how to actually, properly title your videos, add descriptions and tags. Now, we're not going to be going over all of those topics in depth in this video, but I've made tutorials on how to tag your videos, how to make thumbnails, as well as how the YouTube algorithm as a whole works. So understanding those three components will really help you plan videos effectively, as well as optimize them to maximize your views. And then finally, you also have to know about the nuances of YouTube. Things such as copyright rules are very important, and they're not something you want to learn about later down the line. Things like royalty music and what kind of gameplay you should be using, as well as understanding other components of YouTube, such as how end cards work specifically, because those can help you convert your viewers, as well as knowing how timestamps work. So these are other components of your videos that, are very new features, but they can still help you maximize your watch time and your other analytics. And knowing them will help you grow your channel even faster. And the sooner you learn it, the better it is. Now, the third thing I would do if I had 100 subscribers is know how to use YouTube analytics. Not only just read them, but also learn how to make decisions based off the numbers YouTube is giving me. For example, if I was to make a video a few years ago and in 4 months it got like 100,000 views, in 4 months I would be like, okay, this video got 100,000 views, I should make another video on a similar topic. But between those 4 months, I've missed so many opportunities to make similar videos that can also get 100,000 views each. But now, since I know how to read YouTube analytics, I can tell when a video is going to do well way before it actually goes viral. There's videos I've been able to, flag at 5 to 10,000 views that I know are going to get, 500,000 views. And I've made videos on those predictions as well. And being able to read my analytics and know this has allowed me to make 4 or 5 other videos before the first video has gone viral. And then once the first video goes viral, the preceding videos all get way more traction as well. So instead of having one video with 100,000 views, I'll have 5. And the best, simplest way to read your analytics is to just understand watch time and click-through rate. Now, the way these two metrics work, I've made a 20-minute video on this. If you're interested, I'll link it down below. But at a very high level, your click-through rate is the total amount of people that are clicking your video out of everyone who's seeing your thumbnail on, the search page, the home page, or anywhere else. And so the higher your click-through rate is, the more appealing your video looks. And so you can look at this metric in your analytics. And the second metric is your watch time. So how much of your video are people watching all the way through? And this can be expressed as a, total time number, so 2 minutes for example, or it can be expressed as a percentage, which is more normalized and easier to compare against other videos. So for example, the video is being watched 30% of the way through. Now, if I had 100 subscribers, what I would do is I would go through all of these videos and see which ones have the highest click-through rate and view duration as a percentage. And then I would see what I did in those videos to make them do so well. Was it the title? Was it the thumbnail? Was it like how I presented my content? And then I would try those things in future videos and see what works and see what doesn't, and slowly optimize my videos themselves. So not only, make the best kind of content I can, but also make sure the content is something the algorithm also wants. And doing this would let me plan my videos a lot earlier, as well as capitalize on videos that are doing really well. I'll be able to have more videos that go viral because I'll be able to catch the wave. And this is a skill that you can not only use when you have 100 subscribers, but also 1,000, 10,000. So in my personal opinion, this is by far the most important thing on this list. And then finally, learn to be patient and enjoy the ride. YouTube is so much fun, and I think, every single milestone I've hit, I can think of like key friends I've made, as well as a lot of interactions I've had with you guys, and I've enjoyed every single aspect of it. And really, if you're not going to enjoy doing YouTube, what is the point? And if you're not going to enjoy doing YouTube, you're not going to be able to stay committed for long enough to actually see the growth. And so what you want to do is, first of all, have as much fun as you can. You're going to meet a lot of cool people, whether they're your viewers or other content creators. And I would use every opportunity to make new friends and connections, because they'll keep you motivated. You guys will share video ideas with each other, and it'll make things a lot more fun. But also, you have to learn to realize that this is going to be a very long journey. No channel ever usually, blows up overnight. And even if a channel blows up overnight, you have to make sure you're still nurturing it and still consistently, trying your best to grow it so that your growth doesn't stagnate. And so I would learn to be very, very patient, because this is not a process that will take you days. It will take you months, if not years, but it's a lot of fun as well. So those are all the tips I have. I had a lot of fun making this video because I remember when I had 100 subscribers and how much fun it was. And I hope these tips helped you out as well. And if they did, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And as always, thanks for watching. My name is Ziovo, and I'm signing out.